Hey people, it is Wednesday, June the 5th. It is 11:23 a.m. and about 22 degrees Celsius, but feeling a bit muggy today. I think we're expected to get some really humid weather as the day continues on. And I'm at the corner of Yonge and Front. There's a look west down Front Street. And a look north up Yonge Street. But I'm going to be heading down a block south to the Esplanade.
I'm going there, yeah.
I'm going to take a walk heading east along the Esplanade. But then at some point I'm going to dip back north to Front Street again and then walk west along Front Street over to Church, I think. And then I'll walk north on Church, probably ending the video in the vicinity of the Metro grocery store on the Toronto Metropolitan University campus. Before I head back home, I'm just gonna pop into the grocery store. Very noisy around here with all the construction underway. All right, now here we are at the Esplanade. I'll just let this bus turn. The L Tower. Now things should get a bit more serene as we head east along the Esplanade. It's a very pleasant street with a bit of a slower pace, I find, compared to Front Street even. I thought I'd take a walk past the stretch of patios here. Several restaurants and bars along this stretch up ahead. They're quite popular in the warm weather once patio season kicks in. Just walking past the Novotel here on my right. Not sure what that's all about. There's the entrance to the Novotel right here. This was closed down for a number of years. Or not closed down, but it was being used as a shelter. And only went back to being a hotel again about less than a year ago. And you can see some of the restaurants starting up. Shoeless Joe's, the Old Spaghetti Factory. It looks like that group is going to the Old Spaghetti Factory. It's a very popular restaurant. I've been there a number of times. And here we have Scotland Yard. The Beer Mark. market, I guess. Oh, all those people came from the bus that I let turn the corner back there. Like a group outing to the old spaghetti factory. This is a new residential tower. The retail podium still is waiting for some tenants here. The building is quite nice, actually. I'll get a better look at it once I move a bit further away. Goose Island Brew House. So the patios aren't terribly busy right now. It is like not even noon on a Wednesday. And here is Church Street, so we'll be coming back to Church Street later on in the walk. So look at that new tower. Apparently later in the day, rain is possible, even thunderstorms. And once again, I'm carrying my umbrella around with me. That's how unpredictable these things can be. They can never accurately estimate when these rain showers or storms might actually take place. Sort of like when you're expecting a delivery anytime between 9 and 5. Or for the cable guy to come. And there's the backside of St. Lawrence Market and Market Street. Much of a view with that truck in the way. Looks like they've closed the street finally. I was wondering when they were going to do that. The last few summers they've closed Market Street to traffic. I think it's a permanent thing. I think many other streets should get the same treatment. Lower Jarvis. That'll take you down to Queen's Quay at the Toronto lakefront, where Lake Ontario is.
Good day.
And here's where the Esplanade sort of really takes on its own look and feel with the linear park running down the center, David Crombie Park. And you have streets on either side of the park. Maybe not right over there, but over here. And I think David Crombie Park is going to be getting a makeover, I heard. Thank you. Just crossed George Street, I think. I think that was George Street. And lots of lush greenery all along here. Eventually this will take you to the distillery district if you go all the way to the end of the Esplanade. I'm not going to go quite that far though. Here's Frederick Street. I like all the greenery, but normally, or not normally, but in the winter, looking back towards the west from here, you get an awesome view of the financial district skyline, but you don't really see it much with all the leaves now. I guess it's a fair trade-off. And Lower Sherbourne. Catch a bit of the skyline here. So maybe I'll just go one more block to the east and then we'll dip back up to Front Street. It's called Time and Space Condominiums. Massive complex. And I'm not sure what the deal is here. Looks like they're replacing water mains or something of that nature. So the serene walk along the Esplanade wouldn't really be so serene past this point. So I think it's a good call to head north up the Front Street now. We're still within the St. Lawrence Market neighborhood. And we're coming up to Front and Princess, which is the street we're currently on. I was going to walk on this side, but it looks like I have no choice but to cross the street here.
It is what it is.
Well, at least we do get a CN Tower view from this side. But by the looks of it, they're putting in the new sidewalks around this construction site. That'll be nice to have that fully open again without all the scaffolding and construction hoarding wrapping around that entire intersection. Sort of returning a bit of Front Street to the public realm again. Of course, on this side, we do have this here now, as another building is just starting to rise here. So in about 3 or 4 years, this will revert to being a regular walkway again. I think that will be a 39-story building when it's topped out. So that's quite a ways off. Now we're just crossing all the same streets that we crossed earlier along the Esplanade. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this time when I get to Church Street though, I'm going to head north. Here's the Museum of Illusions. I still haven't come to check this place out, but I have seen some photos on Instagram and it's pretty neat. I don't know if it's cool enough for me to go and check it out for myself though. Although that sign said it was sold out for the day, I guess, so it seems to be doing all right. And we're at George Street again. Cool drink from Booster Juice actually sounds pretty good right now. I'm really feeling the humidity. Corner place on the corner of Jarvis in front. And there's the front side of St. Lawrence Market. And here's the new North Market building. It's not open yet, but it's very close to completion. North up Jarvis.
Like mail.
Double-decker Toronto tour bus. I have yet to ride one of those around the city on my own. Apparently it's a pretty good value for what you get. It's a hop-on, hop-off sort of thing for a flat rate. And this end of Market Street is also blocked by a truck. Is this intentional or something? These are delivery trucks. I guess they have no choice but to park there and bring their delivery down manually. Here's a Metro grocery store here, but the one I'm going to is quite a bit closer to my place. I rarely go to this one. The Hot House, a popular spot for many years. No one on the patio right now, though. And of course the Flatiron Building. So here we are at church. So cross to the west side and then we'll start heading north. There's Robo Coffee. And Colburn Street. The 501 Queen heading down to Wellington Street to continue its route. We're at King. St. James Cathedral and St. James Park. And lots of streetcars. This part of Church Street is being lined with new residential towers. It used to be fairly low-rise all along here, just the occasional high-rise. But now it's starting to look like a canyon. We're at Adelaide Street.
Actually, you're past Dundas.
Towers rising on every block. And if they're not rising now, they soon will be.
That's pretty fucking tight.
I pity anyone trying to get around in a vehicle. Just walking through this is sometimes enough of a pain, let alone trying to negotiate through here in a car or a truck like that. McVeigh's Irish Pub. This neighborhood landmark is not going anywhere despite being surrounded by new towers. This new tower under construction on this corner is literally wrapping around the pub. But the pub remains intact. Richmond Street. Get a better look at how this new building is wrapping around it. And more tall buildings going up on this corner to join their neighbors immediately to the east. All these old pawn shops are pretty much all gone now. I think the facades of these old buildings will be preserved, but new towers will be rising side by side here on this part of Church Street. This used to be one of the only high-rise buildings on this part of Church Street if you go back about 10 years or so. And we're at Shooter Street. Henry's camera store relocated to there from down there, where of course the old building will be redeveloped very soon. And several churches along Church Street, for obvious reasons as to why it's called Church Street.
Yeah, somebody recently told me that you said you were with you. They said one of your best friends.
All these old buildings got the facade treatment. It looks quite nice though. When facadism is done right, I don't have any problems with it. We're at Dundas. That old bank building is looking much better already. There was a pizza in there for the longest time. I doubt Pizza will be returning to that space when that new building is done. Something will, though. And now we're walking through the Toronto Metropolitan University campus. And up ahead is Gould Street, and that's where the Metro grocery store is. Trying to stop my keys from jingling in my pocket. Well, still no sign of any storm clouds. I wonder if this weather will even materialize. All right, so I'm going to start to wrap up the walk here, just a few steps away from the grocery store. I hope you enjoyed the humid hump day walk, where we started at Yonge and Front and just went down to the Esplanade and headed east along the Esplanade, and then made our way back up to Front Street and headed back west to Church, and then north on Church here to Gould Street on the TMU campus and my neighborhood Metro store. And I'm quite hot and sweaty now. This air conditioning inside here will feel fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed the walk. Be sure to leave a comment down below letting me know if so or not, and also be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal as well as via my merch store, or you can also support the channel by becoming a channel member or by sending a super thanks if you prefer. And you can find me on Instagram under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and thanks to all the channel members. And be sure to keep checking back, because, as always, I will continue.